Yeah, boy. No way.
Today we're going to start our screen printing journey, and it all starts with what's in this box here. We've got all the expensive equipment out of the way. We were literally just waiting on a scoop coater, which is what this is. What we need to do first is coat the screen, which is what this little badge right here is for. So let's get started. Step one, we have fired up the exposure unit. We know that it is working and ready to go. All we need to do is expose the screens. We're going to coat the screens first with the emulsion. We're going to print out the film positive, vacuum seal them together, and hopefully get our first screen ready for production. Stay tuned. So here she is. This is the exposure unit. This is what we're going to use to expose the screens. Very excited to start using this. So what happens is the UV light on the bottom of the exposure unit blasts light onto the screen, which will then burn the design from the film positive onto the frame. However, first we need to coat and dry the screens in here. We've not got a crazy elaborate setup for this. We've just got a heater, but that should do the job because I've seen people drying these screens just by air alone, so this should be better than that, and hopefully we can get a screen dried quick enough to get under here. So yeah. Okay, so we've discovered there is a hole in the back of the screen drying cabinet. The heater is going to go in the back, and that's going to circulate hot air into the cabinet and dry the screens ready to go on here. But first we need to coat the screen, so let's get started with that. So we should probably have a set area for this. I'm just going to do it in the washout booth because this area we're going to be hosing down. We're going to be keeping this area clean anyway. So I'm just going to do it here. The emulsion we're using is Flat Fox one-step emulsion. I did have a big 5-litre tub of this from Screen Print World. However, that was years ago. Pretty sure it's expired. So I'm happy to pay a premium for a small amount. Just to get started, we're going to learn the basics and then we can start investing in more wholesale products. Thicker in areas, but also going to do this side as well. Really, the design we're going to be using is going to be quite a small design, so I don't think we need the entire screen perfectly covered. So I'm just going to do one on this side. We've got both sides coated now. When I did this in the past, I put too much emulsion on one side and it all dripped down onto the other screens. I'm hoping this is good because the emulsion doesn't appear to be going anywhere. So I'm going to pop this in the screen drying cabinet and we will check back in a few minutes and hopefully this will be dry and we can start the exposure process. This is going on the bottom because last time I put it on the top, it dribbled down and it fucked up all my screens. So I'm going to put this on the bottom. So this is a nice dark area, so it shouldn't react to any sunlight. I could just leave this now, but it will take a couple hours. We're going to try and speed up the process using this little heater here. I'm going to put it on the highest setting because...
I think you should put the cap.
Huh?
Cap.
A hat on?
Yeah.
Why?
Because your wire looks like from the top, you can see the gap.
Really?
You want to put the cap or
no? No, can't be asked. You can see a gap. So I'm going to put this on max because I don't see what harm that could do. Yeah, we'll check back in 15. So when that's drying, what we'll do is we'll get the film positive ready. So that's going to be a black silhouette of the design we want to print. We'll get that printed. Hopefully by the time we've done that, this will be ready to take out. So we have a t-shirt shop where we sell some of the prints that we make in store. Today I'm going to make one of the more simpler designs because I think that'll be easy to do with screen printing. It's going to be a one color. We're going to use white. It's one of our best sellers, so this should be a good design to start off with. I'm using a software called Inkscape. It's very good for creating vectors and perfect for the film positives. We've got the film positive ready. The screen should be dry. We're just going to turn the lights off because we don't want the screen to be exposed in this light. It probably won't do because it reacts with UV light. This is artificial light, but just to be safe, we're going to turn the lights off anyway. Bourgeois. Hit it. I think let's turn the lights on. Yeah, for now. Yeah, we decided we can't see shit with the lights off, so we're just going to leave them on. This is a test run anyway, so it doesn't really matter if it comes out a little shitty. This should be dry to the touch. It is. It's fucking wall warm in here. Yeah, this looks janky as fuck, bro. The timer's been set for 20 seconds. It's due to go off now.
I'll make it wet from both sides.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, boy!
Yeah, boy.
No way!
Okay, so we think it's not been cured enough because as you can see, some of the artwork, we've lost some of the detail in here. So, back to the drawing board, we think. So day 2, we got a load of screens exposed yesterday and we're about to take this one for a spin. It's not perfect, like some of the detailing has gone, like the letters have gone a little thinner, but we're pretty happy with that. The design isn't perfectly aligned, but this press has got micro registration, so we can make slight adjustments just to get the design perfectly level on the tee. Not really sure what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to start twisting stuff and see what happens. Okay. Okay, scratch that. I'm going to do some research because fuck all's happening. Ah, I see. So we need to go back. Ah, so that one is like diagonal. It's not quite perfect, but in the interest of just getting a sample done, it's good enough. It's thick as fuck, this. Okay, the screen is flooded. Now it's time to give this a press. Yeah! Kind of shit, but still pretty happy. I was probably a little too cautious with how hard I was pressing down, because you can see some of the ink here. What I was saying was some of the ink had not come through the screen properly, so I need to just press down a little firmer. What's happening now is Bourgeois is just creating some new screens for us. had a few more casualties, so we're going to coat this with an emulsion remover and then just completely scrub this clean and start again. We're going to spray both sides with this, make sure that it doesn't set, leave it on for about a minute, but don't let it dry. So the scrubbing process isn't to scrub the emulsion off, it's just to coat the entire screen, make sure there's no areas that aren't covered. Now we're going to leave it for about 30 seconds. So the screen looks clean, however there may still be little bits of emulsion still in the mesh. So what we're going to do is completely degrease the screen, dry it, then we're ready for another coat. So this is the degreaser. Put a little bit more on. Okay, that's nicely degreased. We're just going to give it another blast with the pressure washer, and then we'll be good to go. So we're just going to let this drip dry for a little bit and then coat it with some more emulsion. So as well as the print shop, we also have a t-shirt shop located in Afflex. A lot of the designs in there are single colour, perfect for screen printing. Designs like this one, which is just text, minimal detail, will be a dream to do on the screen printer. We'll save more of the ink heavy detail stuff for DTG, and we'll also use DTF for simpler left chest logos and any artwork that is vectored with a lot of gaps. Personally, I think DTF has got its place in the industry. Everyone is looking for this one printer to rule them all, and I just don't think it's that easy. Each printer will excel in certain areas in the industry. For example, screen printing is great for high volume. It's good for low volume if you're doing fewer colors, like 1 or 2. If we were doing 50 t-shirts that had more than 2 colors, we would definitely just chuck it on a DTG printer. This is one of our DTG shirts here. You can see there's multiple colors, there's gradients, there's shadows, something that DTF does not handle very well. DTG fits in the pocket of less than 50, high detail and lots of color. DTF is great for full color, high detail, but it works best when the artwork is nice and gappy like this, because when it's thick of ink, the design can feel quite heavy on the garment, which is why I would opt to doing DTG for more ink heavy designs like this one. Some of the downsides of DTG and DTF, the white isn't always a pearly white. Sometimes you want like a real bright, crisp white, which DTF and DTG can struggle with. Screen printing is apparently the best for getting pearl whites and also high detail. But one of the downsides of screen printing is the setup. We're still dialing in some of the finer details, like making sure we don't overexpose the screen, which can cause the design to peel off the screen. This one, you can see we lost a little bit of detail in the W. You can also see the different shade of pink, meaning that we didn't properly cure this. However, every day we're just refining that exposure time and process. As far as it goes with screen printing, we've made small steps, but we've still got a long way to go. There's one small step for a screen printer, one giant leap for Print Manchester.